all this credit. What about the women that came before her? What the women came before her, what they did cannot be taken away. That ain't got nothing to do with Caitlin Clark.
What's up everybody and welcome back to another episode. Please like the video and subscribe. Our target is only 1,000 likes. So Caitlin Clark was named to the all WNBA first team and the unanimous Rookie of the Year. And Shannon Sharpe is taking a victory lap. While his former FS1 partner Skip Bayless recently admitted that he felt guilty praising Clark because he considered her a new right-wing symbol. Sharpe went on First Take Monday morning and called out everyone who attempted to mask Caitlin Clark's greatness. Shannon Sharpe has been a fierce defender of Caitlin Clark since the Indiana Fever made her the #1 overall pick in the 2024 WNBA draft. Earlier this season, Shannon Sharpe called out Team USA for leaving Clark off their roster at the Paris Olympics. And more recently, he put the WNBA on blast for its jealousy of their most popular player.
Stephen A., I would be remiss if I didn't say this. A lot of this noise came by people that were sitting on this network. They tried to minimize her, said, well, you giving her all this credit. What about the women that came before her? What the women came before her, what they did cannot be taken away. That ain't got nothing to do with Caitlin Clark. But there was a lot of people tried to make sure they keep Caitlin Clark in her place, because what you're doing, if you give her all this shine, you minimize what they done. You can't minimize what Maya Moore or Candace Parker or Lisa Leslie or Lauren Jackson or Diana Taurasi or Simone Augustus or any of the other great players. That Caitlin Clark, what she's doing doesn't minimize what they've done, but we should have been giving her the credit. We saw the ratings, we saw the merchandise sales, we saw the attendance, but y'all want to make it about something else. Oh, what about the women that laid the foundation? What about this? What about it? That ain't got nothing to do with Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is box office. She's doing this. And instead of giving her credit, y'all tried to make it about, oh, y'all poo-pooing the old guard. Y'all never talked about the old guard like this. Nah, I ain't gonna let it slide. Caitlin Clark, unanimous Rookie of the Year. But what's even more impressive, she's first team WNBA. First.
You know, Shannon, I hear you, right? I hear you 100%. But another level of noise was coming from people. You were one of them who also tried to create a picture around Caitlin that the league was against her based on the actions of less than 5 former players or current players, which also creates a lot of noise.
We talked with you yesterday and you were all excited and light going into the game, but now that it's here and, less than an hour and a half away, what are your thoughts and feelings?
Yeah, I think I'm excited. I feel like the energy about our group is really good. I feel like we're prepared for this. I feel like we're ready for it. You're almost just wanting to play and get going. But yeah, I mean, this is playoff basketball. If you can't get up for this, then you got a problem. So I think our team is prepared and ready for the challenge. We know it's going to take every single person on our team, and every single possession is going to matter. I expect the crowd to be incredible, but definitely fired up.
We go Doug, then we go Cassandra on the left.
Hey, Caitlin, you obviously played in a lot of big games in college. Is there a little difference here? Maybe it's a big difference that, this is not the be-all, end-all. If you don't win tonight, that your season's over. You have a series that you can adjust versus what you're used to if one and done.
It's definitely a little different. That's why I think March Madness is the greatest postseason in all of sports, because if you don't have it one night, your season's over, and I was on the losing end of that a few times, so I feel like this is a little different in that regard, but I feel like you have to kind of approach it the same way. Every single person is fighting for their life, every team's fighting for their life, every single game matters, every possession matters, but our goal is to come in here and win 2 right away, but if not, we know we can try to push it to a 3rd game and get it at home and win there, but I think it is a little bit different of a dynamic for myself, but to me, I want to go out there and win them all, so that's kind of how I approach it, and it's pretty similar to college as well.
Go Cassandra and stay in the front row in the middle.
What has your and the team's morning looked like with all of that excitement? Have you been working to try and quell it a little bit? Have you been using it for something heading into this game?
The excitement piece of it, or what do you mean?
Just all of it, but also just, I imagine, having so much excitement, you're built up all morning, it's a 3-point hit.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely we're stuck. We've been stuck here for 3 days now, so I feel like everybody's just like, can we just get out there and play? I thought we had a really good practice yesterday, and you could kind of just feel the energy of everybody just wanted to, get out there and get going. And then, after tonight, you got to wait another 2 days to play the next one. So it's kind of a different dynamic in that regard. And, our starting five has 0 playoff experience. So, we don't really have anything to go off of other than, the vets that come off the bench for us, whether it's Didi, whether it's Temi, whether it's Edub. I think they've been really good and really vocal about, how to approach this. And obviously Christy and our coaching staff has some experience too. So, I think just approaching it with the mentality of, be confident, like we're meant to be here, but at the same time, like have fun, and, you have to approach this very businesslike and prepare the best you can. And I think our coaches have us as prepared as we can be.
In the middle in the first row, then we've got 2 in the second row directly behind.
Caitlin, I remember when you were here in May 14th, you said that you wanted to give yourself some grace. Every night wouldn't be perfect. And now that you've kind of gone through the season, settled in, had the year you had, the team had the year that it had, what did you kind of learn? What's your takeaway? What did you kind of learn from all that process?
I think a lot of people in life want a lot of instant satisfaction, and as a competitor, like, you want that too. And I think that goes back to what I first said, is like giving yourself some grace, giving this team some grace. And I thought our team did a really good job of that, of blocking out the noise and, focusing on what's to our right and to our left in our locker room. And that's what's brought us success here in the second half of the season, and even a little bit before that. We kind of figured it out. And not everything's going to be perfect right away. Everything still isn't perfect. Like, nobody's perfect in this world. We're still learning and growing every single day. And I think it's a good learning opportunity, not only for basketball, but for life. Like, you're not going to get everything you want right away. Like, you got to work for it. You got to go through some hard moments, and there's going to be hard moments even within this game tonight. So it's like every little thing is a little battle, and it's just about how you approach things. And that's what I'm most proud of for myself individually, but also this team, just our approach every single day, whether, we're coming off a 4-game winning streak or whether we lost our first 5. Our approach was always the same and very positive.
Got 2 in the second row.
Kind of on that same note, you started your career here in this building 5 months ago. What stands out to you about looking back at that game, whether it was the environment or just what it meant to you?
Oh gosh, I think I tried to forget a lot of that. No, I'm joking. I think it was a good learning opportunity for myself. Definitely one of the better defensive teams in this league, if not one of the best, if not the best. And I think now having that experience of playing versus teams like this that are going to be physical, they're going to be in your space, they're going to try to turn you over. That's something we struggled with the first 4 times we've played them, is we've turned the ball over. So if we can take care of the ball, I think we're going to be in a really good spot. But, some turnovers are going to happen. It's just like you can't let that balloon to 2 turnovers, to 3 turnovers. You can't let them go on a run. They want to get some fast break points. And then I think knowing our schemes is going to be really important now, playing them. This is going to be our 5th time playing them. We have experience going against this team and the schemes that we've done. It's been a little more complicated of a scout compared to some other teams, just with the weapons they have and the size that DB brings to their team, and also her ability to shoot outside. It can be a little more bit difficult of a matchup for us, but I think that experience is where we have to find some confidence. And I think that's the way we've just grown since, I can't believe it was May, honestly. Like, it feels like a whole completely different season when we were here first. So excited about the opportunity to come in here and try to get a win.
The last one for Matt.
Yeah, hi Caitlin. Obviously the focus is on the playoffs, but officially the 4th most MVP votes. What does that recognition mean to you, and is that also something that you could have foreseen at the start of the season?
I mean, it's cool, but at the same time, I don't really care. My life is very unaffected by that. I'm just going to try to go out there and help my team. Obviously, our goal is to get to the playoffs, but I have a belief that we can come in here and we can win this series, but approaching it 1 game at a time. So I think that's where my focus is. But obviously, it's pretty night and day from where we first started. So I feel like that's something to be proud of and to find confidence in. And yeah.